My next guest has got a huge fight coming up here against former UFC champion Andrei Arlovski at UFC Fight Night. It is Tom Aspinall joining me here on the program. Tom, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going fantastic. Thanks. Thank you very much for having me.
No, thank you for joining me. And I love the robe. I know you're going to bed soon, so I appreciate this. You're nice and relaxed. What is sort of the bedtime routine? I'm sure the robe is definitely part of it.
Oh, so I trained 3 times today, so I'm pretty tired. So I've got three small children. So I put the kids to bed. Then I'll spend a little bit of time with my missus for a little bit, eat some food. I like drinking, so if it's on a Friday or Saturday, I'll have maybe 1 or 2 glasses of wine, and then that's it. That's it. Really. Nothing exciting, especially in training camp. There's nothing much going on.
I think that's kind of cool. I mean, the wine thing sounds awesome. I think I got to incorporate that a little bit. Nice end of the week thing to do. But let's talk about this fight, man. What an opportunity this is. Just a couple fights into your UFC career, fighting Andrei Arlovski. How excited were you to get this fight? Because I know a lot of people would love to fight a former UFC champion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely excited about it. He's someone that I've watched. Well, he was one of the first people that I ever seen fight, because he fought in, basically, a long story short, he fought in Manchester, which is like my hometown. And I went to the UFC before I even really started watching the UFC, because someone that I actually knew personally, like a family friend, someone that because my dad's a BJJ coach, someone who my dad was coaching was making his debut. So Arlovski stood out to me at the time because he had the fangs and he was like a big guy, and he had the long. I was probably like 13, 14 years old at the time. So that's when I first got familiar with Arlovski before I even started fighting myself. So yeah, I'm excited about it, but I'm going to show everyone what I can do in this fight.
We're definitely excited. Were you surprised to get this fight just because he came off a pretty big win over another sort of up-and-comer in Tanner Boser, a guy I know well because I'm Canadian?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't not expecting it. I knew that he was fighting prospects. So, like say, he fought the Felipe Lenz, then he fought Tanner Boser, and the 2 prospects. So I knew that he would be up for fighting another prospect. I didn't realize you were Canadian.
Yeah,
where in Canada are you from? Where are you from?
I live in Vancouver, actually. You mentioned being in the UK. Like, we have similar weather to you. It's like kind of the same thing. We get a lot of rain, just like you guys do.
I actually have a lot of family in Victoria.
Oh, beautiful, Vancouver Island. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the nicest place I've ever been. Canada, and Canadians are some of the most underrated people on the planet, I feel.
Thank you. That's all. Well, let's see how this interview goes first, but I'm pretty sure we'll come out of this being buddies. But I appreciate that. I mean, we try and live up to it. We try and be organized. I was a little bit late, though. I did mention that, so that doesn't really make me too Canadian because we're supposed to be proper. But one of the things I actually wanted to talk about, sort of switching gears here a little bit, is your honesty. One of the things I loved was that you were kind of open about the fact that, when you step into the cage, you get a little bit anxious. You sort of talk about your anxiety and all that, and it's kind of question whether or not you should even be in there. What sort of gets you through to get that step to go and step in the cage? Because I think people forget that you are going in there to try and take someone's head off. I think people sort of forget that.
Yeah, I mean, I always like to speak openly about it because I don't think a lot of people do like to speak openly about stuff like that for some reason, even though like we literally are the toughest people in the world when it comes to fighting. Some reason people like to act all alpha and try and be something that they're not. So I don't have a problem with saying exactly how I feel. And I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. It's scary having to go and fight someone in front of millions of people. It's not easy. But what makes me want to do it is just because this is just what I love, and this is just who I am, and this is just what I do. This is the easiest way that I can think to make a lot of money and have my family to live the life that I think they deserve, and have me to live a better life, and for me to just leave a legacy behind. And I don't know, I want to do my life. I want to be someone. So I'm good at this, enjoy this, so this is what I want to do.
Let's talk about Andrei Arlovski. Obviously 30-19 record. How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I think I match up really well against him. But you never know until you get in there. You never know. But I think I don't want to big myself up too much, but I just think I'm different. I think I'm different than a lot of heavyweights, I'm a big guy. A lot of people don't think I'm a big guy, but I'm 6'6". I'm 115 kilos. And I move like a middleweight. to be honest. And I think a lot of people see me move and they think, oh, he's not a big guy. I've not found a heavyweight yet that's bigger than me. I know they're out there, but I've not seen a UFC heavyweight that's bigger than me. And I'm definitely moved different to most of the heavyweights, and I feel like my mindset's a lot different as well than a lot of heavyweights. So not a lot of heavyweights, just a lot of fighters in general. So yeah, I think I'll match up really well against them. But we're going to find out anyway in a few weeks.
We certainly are. Yeah, I love this fight. Training partners, who are some of the main guys you're working with that are helping you get ready for this fight?
So at the minute, I'm working with a world champion Thai boxer who's very good. He's a heavyweight. I work with a big Russian guy who's a teammate who I work with all the time. He's 6'9", 125 kilos. He's a massive, big, strong guy. I work with Darren Till always, and I'm working with a couple of pro boxers as well, which is nice.
Now, I heard Darren Till's a bit of a prankster. Mike Grundy told me a story of where he locked Mike out of his car. Like, has he done anything like that to you at all?
No, me and Till work together.
Okay, so you guys conspire together then, is that the idea?
That's right. Yeah. Pretty much. Don't get me wrong, we get on each other sometimes, but mainly it's me and Till versus other people.
Kind of on that same note of like training camp and stuff, do you have to cut any weight as a heavyweight, or do you sort of just walk in there and you're good?
No, I'm pretty good. See, I work in kilos. I know, obviously, you work in pounds, don't you? But
that's right. I'll figure out the math later, but if you tell me some numbers, I'll crunch it later.
I can tell you roughly in pounds. I think when I fought last time, I was around about 250, I think, 252, I think, or something like that. But my weight goes up in between when I'm not training and stuff. But at the minute, my weight's really low because I'm trying to get rid of that dad bod.
Right.
I want to start. See, before I was in the UFC, I would always train really hard. Training was always like my thing. I would always work hard in the gym. So for like 2 hours a day, I would work hard, or 3 hours a day, let's just say 3. And for the other 21 hours, I would just live like a normal person. So I would drink regular, I would eat shit, and not sleep well, not recover, all that kind of stuff. So now, because I'm getting paid properly, I think I need to start like living like an athlete. So for the last couple of camps, this is my third UFC fight. I've started looking after the diet and stuff, and my weight's coming down. The body fat's definitely going down. And I think I'm just generally looking and feeling a lot better because of it. So that's nice.
Good stuff, man. How do you see this fight playing out on February 6th? I mean, knockout's sort of what you're known for. Arlovski, though, last couple of fights, he's been pretty durable. He's gone the distance. How do you envision this fight playing out?
It's not something that I do much of. It's like I try not to think about it too much because that can just fry your brain. I think if you sat there thinking about it too much, I've done it a million times, and now I just kind of just enjoy the experience and just take what comes, because that's just when I do my best. It's just when I'm enjoying myself. So I'm just going in there, mate, just to enjoy it. Nothing else. I'm going in there to win. I'm going in, but if you start forcing things, it's just not going to work out. So I'll just, as boring as the answer is, I'll just take whatever comes.
Where does a win put you? Because anytime you get a win over a former UFC champion, that always looks good on the resume. And we've seen with other fellow rising prospects like Cyril Gane getting big opportunities. Like, do you see a win here really propelling you to that contender status? I
think so. I think it will. I was always kind of like, I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to just fight. I've got another 10 years left, blah, blah, blah. I've been saying this a lot in recent interviews and stuff. But obviously, this fight, I'm not really taking it slow. And I had a good think about it and stuff. And I just think, you know what? Every single heavyweight in the UFC is dangerous as the next one. So you might as well fight the guys who are going to get you the most money and get you the most exposure and propel you as quick as you can, because the lowest level guys nearly as dangerous as the highest level guys. So you might as well fight the higher level guys.
Tom, this was awesome. Really appreciate it. We're really looking forward to this fight. It's coming up here February 20th. It is UFC Fight Night. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
No, I'm happy with that. My sponsors, they get plugged enough on social media, so I don't need to try and remember them all and miss one out. So just thanks a lot for having me.